Hi, welcome to my channel Technologies in Industry 4.0. Today, in this video, I will teach you about the GraphQL Pagination in Industry 4.0. Please like and share the video and subscribe my channel. So, let's start the video. Introduction. A common use case in GraphQL is covering the relationship between sets of objects. There are a number of different ways that these connections can be exposed in GraphQL, giving a changing set of capabilities to the customer inventor. In this video, we'd learn about GraphQL pagination in depth. Description. Suppose that we have a list of depositories in our GitHub association. Though, we only want to recoup many of them to display in our UI. It could take periods to cost a list of depositories from a large association. In GraphQL, we may request paginated data by furnishing arguments to a list field, for illustration, an argument that says how numerous particulars we're awaiting from the list. GitHub GraphQL Explorer. Query organization for learning React. Organization, login, the road to learn React. Name. URL. Repositories, first, 2. Edges. Node. Name. A first argument is passed to the depositories list field that specifies how numerous particulars from the list are anticipated in the result. The query shape doesn't bear following the edges and not structure, but it's one of many results to define paginated data structures and lists with GraphQL. Actually, it follows the interface description of Facebook's GraphQL customer called Relay. GitHub followed this approach and espoused it for their own GraphQL pagination API. Latterly, we'll learn in the exercises about other strategies to implement pagination with GraphQL. We should see 2 particulars from the list in the depositories field after performing the query. We are still required to figure out how to cost the coming 2 depositories in the list, still. The first result of the query is the first runner of the paginated list. The alternate query result should be the alternate runner. In the following, we will observe how the query structure for paginated data permits us to recoup meta information to execute consecutive queries. For illustration, each edge comes with its own cursor field to identify its position in the list. GitHub GraphQL Explorer. Query organization for learning React. Organization, login, the road to learn React. Name. URL. Repositories, first, 2. Edges. Node. Name. Cursor. The result should be the same as the below. GitHub GraphQL Explorer. Data. Organization. Name, the road to learn React. URL, https://github.com/the-road-to-learn-react. Repositories. Edges. Node. Name, the road to learn React. Cursor, y3vyc29y-on-y-y-8osw == Node. Name, Hacker News Client. Cursor, y3vyc29y-on-y-y-begim == Pagination and edges. There are a number of ways we could do pagination. We could do commodities like musketeers, first 2 offset 2, to ask for the coming 2 in the list. We could do commodities like musketeers, first 2 after $friend ID, to ask for the coming 2 after the last friend we brought. We could do commodities like musketeers, first 2 after $friend cursor, where we get a cursor from the last item and use that to paginate. In general, we have a plant that cursor-grounded pagination is the most important of those designed. Especially if the cursors are opaque, either neutralize or ID grounded pagination can be enforced using cursor grounded pagination, by making the cursor neutralize or the ID, and using cursors gives fresh inflexibility if the pagination model changes in the future. As a memorial that the cursors are opaque and that their format shouldn't be reckoned upon, we suggest base 64 garbling them. That leads us to a problem, however. How do we get the cursor from the object? We wouldn't want the cursor to live on the stoner type, it's a property of the connection, not of the object. So we might want to introduce a new subcast of indirection. Our musketeers field should give us a list of edges, and an edge has both a cursor and the underpinning knot. Hero. Name. Friends, first, 2. Edges. Node. Name. Cursor. The conception of an edge also proves useful if there's information that's specific to the edge, rather than to one of the objects. For illustration, if we wanted to expose fellowship time in the API, having it live on the edge is a natural place to put it.